Congratulations. I thought you did a great job with your feature debut. It is a very ambitious project to take something like this on for your first movie. At any point were you like, this might be too much for me for my first movie?
Yes, of course. There were times where I thought, are you crazy? You know, as when we were prepping for the Madison Square Garden huge concert, you know, sequence where she sings Respect, I was kind of like, if you get this wrong, this may be the end of your career, dummy. You know, like I was just like, what was I thinking? But at the same time, I was so in love with every part of the film, from the script to the casting to getting to work on that music, that you know, I knew that I was in the right place doing the right, exact right movie that I should be making. It was intimidating though.
I can't even imagine. I'm obsessed with the editing room because it is ultimately the final rewrite and where the movie gets put together. What did you, I guess, talk a little bit about what was the biggest challenge for you when you got in the editing room to put this thing together?
Well, Steve, the fact is I was in the editing room with all my fabulous, you know, music editors, you know, via all of them for 7 days. And then we hit lockdown and everybody had to retreat to their apartments. And so I edited this entire movie during lockdown in New York City, sitting in my apartment. It was not what I would recommend for your editing process for your first feature film. It was tough, and especially with, you know, for a music movie, you want to be in the room with your music editor and your team, feel if they're vibing, feel if you know, there's an like emotional impact happening, and doing it alone in my apartment was really hard.
It doesn't show with the movie, so congrats.
Thank you.
Did you have a much longer first cut? Is this a movie that has a lot of deleted scenes?
Yeah. It does. It does. I mean, I think our first assemblage was maybe 5 hours long. I think I shot 2 movies in one.
Okay, I don't usually hear that number, but that's like that's a number, that's like an assembly cut. That is just literally everything. But what was your cut that you were like, oh, this is pretty good? Did you have like a 3-hour cut that you're like, I don't know how we're going to get this down?
I had a 3.5-hour cut. That was the first, like, these are all the pieces, you know, that you know, could be seen. And then we had to get it down. It had to, you know, of course it had to come down. And there were some painful cuts that we made, really painful, like entire numbers that I never imagined I would cut.
Did you end up cutting those out before they were done and like finished and everything? Or was it one of these things that you know what I mean?
I finished them. They were complete.
So is it the kind of thing that you have thought about or talked with the studio about for the eventual Blu-ray? Can we do an extended cut where I'm putting back these numbers?
I mean, I definitely feel like those numbers will have to get seen because there's some pretty amazing things. You know, one of them is Jennifer singing Dr. Feelgood, and another one is the Skye, the young Aretha singing her face off in this beautiful number called Jesus Be a Fence, which is kind of what made little Aretha famous in real life as a gospel singer. So
I was going to say, I have to go already. I'm just going to say that I do hope I get to see this footage, and please talk to the studio about doing at least showing these things on the Blu-ray.
I certainly will. I appreciate your interest. I'll convey that.
I'm sure fans would love it. Hey, listen, congrats on the movie. I know you'll be doing something again very soon, another feature for sure. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Steve.